with Bill Harlow at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Honors Weekend. Bill, your thoughts when you got the phone call from the Hall saying, "Hey, we'd like you to be part of this." What'd you think?
Wow, that was Leroy who called.
Okay.
He said, "Bill, hey, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You were nominated, and we accept." Anyway, the whole deal was, "Hey, you're going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame." I was just flabbergasted, absolutely astonished. It caught my breath, but it was pretty exciting. I think there are moments in your life that you'll never forget. I'll never forget that phone call.
Sure.
It's like this whole event that's going on right now. I'll never forget this. This is part of your life, and all the friendships and all the past competitors I've wrestled and the friends that I've had. It was amazing. So this whole trip of being here and being a part of this 40th anniversary of the Hall of Fame and being inducted at this particular time is a high point of my life. It's amazing.
Now, how'd you get into wrestling and then find your way? You were from a state that didn't have a big wrestling tradition, right?
Right. No, it didn't.
How'd you become a wrestler and start excelling at it?
Well, I didn't start wrestling until the 8th grade.
Right.
And as they would say, I didn't come here from Sikkim about wrestling when I got to in the 8th grade in Tennessee and started wrestling. But my dad had always taught me something, and he said, "Bill, when you're in a fight, never go to your back." He says, "Just going to your back is bad." So I go, Of course, the fighters they have today, going to your back is part of a weapon.
Right.
But so I instinctively never went to my back. So I had an advantage as a young kid. I never went to my back. So kids walk into a wrestling, what do? They flop over on their back. I never did. So I had a good sense of balance and a good coach. And he recognized something in me and brought me along pretty quickly. And I actually wrestled varsity in the 8th grade and progressed each year, got bigger and grew and got bigger and grew. And then finally, my senior year, as I understand it, he actually was instrumental in Myron taking a look at me.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't think that people would know about a kid out of Tennessee, and you went to the best university in the history of wrestling.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, that must have been quite a challenge, but also a real positive thing for you to have that opportunity.
Oh, it was amazing. It's a dream. A kid would dream about it. And I didn't know as much about Oklahoma State then as I did months after they said, "Hey, we want you to come to Oklahoma State." I started learning more and more and more. But when I came out in 1962 and watched the national tournament here, and Oklahoma State won it, and I watched what those guys were doing, I wanted to do what they could do. I thought I could.
Now, you had some wonderful teammates. Talk about some of the stars on your teams.
Jack Briscoe, a national champion from Blackwell. He taught me some things on his favorite move, which was a near-arm farley. He taught me a particular set that I don't see people doing anymore. It made it work at every level. Internationally, it didn't matter. I used that set that Jack showed me. He taught me all kinds of things about that. Bill McDaniels taught me great hand control on a stand-up, what you have to do, about what not to grab and where to go. And he taught me stuff like that. Joe James, the national champion heavyweight from OSU, taught me a lot about stance and a lot about motion and position. And he taught me great arm drag into a double leg. He taught me all kinds of things. He taught me how to drill mostly. And I love working with guys like that. I watched guys like Yojiro Uitake, and I learned how to do a pipe right from him.
Right.
Myron showed us all this stuff, but the other guy showed you the small parts that made it work. So it was great. I have phenomenal teammates. I had great guys to wrestle. How many guys can walk into a wrestling room and have to go toe-to-toe with Fred Fawzer?
Oh, really?
Every day
First world champ, right?
Yeah, he was a national champion and a world champion. So these are guys I had to work with and had to wrestle with. Jack and Joe James and Fred Fawzer and Bob Zwiker when I was a sophomore. I mean, I had great workout room, great coaches, great teammates, great partners to wrestle with. Couldn't have asked for any more.
Now you made the finals 3 times the NCAAs?
Yeah.
And you won it the last time, right? And what was the feeling when you got through that and said, "Hey, I got it done"?
I want more.
You wanted more?
So I kept right on wrestling. I went right into freestyle and started wrestling freestyle,
And you made the world team and got a medal.
Yeah.
Talk about winning a medal. We hadn't had very many medals. In the 60s when we started to do real well at the world championships, a step at a time.
Sure. Well, the training I had at Oklahoma State benefited me greatly on the feet.
Right.
And I was learning more and more as I went along to adapt certain sets for freestyle and stuff like that. And I learned parterre the bottom position from Bill Farrell, who I never got turned if I got taken down or I was down. Never got turned.
Right, Farrell knew his stuff.
Oh, did know his stuff. Especially, he didn't mess with me on the feet, but parterre bottom, he really did a great job with me. The transition wasn't that hard.
Good.
It really wasn't that hard because of the training I had at Oklahoma.
Well, you had a multi-national team. I mean, you had Japanese guys. You were around.
Right.
You were around international wrestlers even in college, right?
Oh yeah, sure was.
So you stayed with wrestling, coach, close to 50 years in high school.
Yeah,
But
sure
what
did.
made you decide to make a life out of it as a coach?
I liked teaching, number one. I loved being in the classroom and teaching kids. So that was pretty cool. But the idea of coaching, I figured out that I wanted to be a coach because I could watch a match as a young guy and see things that people were doing and understand why things worked and what you do to counter it. And I could see mistakes that people were making. I said, I'd love to be a coach and fix the things that those kids are doing. And that's what I did.
And you went to a bunch of places: Illinois, Oklahoma, Alaska. I mean,
Sure.
got to see America as a high school wrestling coach.
Sure did. Yeah.
Did you enjoy that part about going to new places?
I loved it. I love change. Just like in wrestling, I love to change and evolve. I know I've learned things every day in wrestling. I still do.
Really?
So it's really exciting. It's fun to share stuff too.
It's fun to come back here to Oklahoma State.
Oh, I love it. I
Be
have lots
honored
of
by
friends.
all your friends and people
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, sure. I've got lots of friends here. Amazing people here. I love Oklahoma. I love the people in it, and I love the wrestling.
Well, congratulations on your induction.
Well, thank you very
Obviously,
much.
it's well deserved, and get to spend time on the reopening of the Hall of Fame. It's a real neat weekend.
It is. You're right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.